Okay, welcome to part 3 of the project. Today, what we're going to focus on is we're going to add 2 pages. Um, Obviously, when you're in a website, you want to be able to, for instance, we're in the category of products. You want to be able to search your products. So we need an added search bar. And then as you search for that product, okay, this highlighted the actual product. You should be able to link directly to the actual product detail. And there is an image associated with this, so we want to put all that up. So let's look at the code real quick. So here's the product search. And then what we're doing basically is making sure we import the grid, the use effects. We're getting the CSS from the material grid. So we need the box, text fields, and buttons. The text fields for the search. And then we're going to go ahead and create 3 basic constants. And then those constants actually is the products itself, and then the search text box, which we're going to use to go search. And the highlighted ID basically is when you do find the search in the grid, you'll actually highlight that row. So here's basically the call to the RestAPI. Once it brings the data back, it's going to go ahead and populate it into this initial grid down here. And the key in this grid is the row ID, which is the products row ID. So that's that first column we're using. So at that point, we have the second box for the actual link. We're going to link this out. So on click, we'll do the search. And then when you highlighted that row, it will actually go and redirect to the products detail page. So where is that products detail page? Okay. And so when we come into here, it's passing a parameter of ID. So this ID will come in. So in AXIOS, up in the dummy JSON, when you pass products and you pass the ID, it will actually bring back all the information for that. So all this ID, brand, category, price, and stock is all coming from that call with the ID. So, and then of course he's going to put it down. There's a relink back to product search, and if it's not found, we say product not found. So those are the main 2 pieces we're bringing in here. So once again, let's just kind of see how this works. And once again, this code has been moved up to GitHub. It's the latest ones out there, and you can kind of tell where the latest comment was basically adding product search and product detail. So you should be able to, in theory, come out here, get this. And if you have Visual Studio, you can actually open it up in Visual Studio and run it from there. Or if you just want to, if you only have Visual Code, just download the zip, drop it to a folder that you want, and then go into that folder and make sure that your Visual Code is pointing to that folder, which obviously I do over here in my Visual Code. So that's the project. You'll have your different folders, and that's what's all there. So basically that's part 3 in a nutshell. Just once again, go download the actual project, get it to run whether in Visual Studio or Visual Code. And my recommendation is go ahead and use both. They're both free. I usually get the Visual Studio just to run it over the top, and really I use my Visual Studio just to check in the code. But you should use the Visual Studio just to basically open up the projects once you get it out of GitHub, and then use your Visual Code to really go down and practice using Visual Code, because in the real world scenario you'll really want to go ahead and code in this. So that's all for today. Hopefully, once again, this is an ongoing project. I'm going to add to it every day. Right now there doesn't look like there's a whole lot out there, but hopefully in a couple of weeks you'll have a full project out there that you can go and reference and see how things are working in there, and they'll be using the most common products, which is AXIOS for your API fetches, and then obviously Material UI, which is you got to have a CSS or some kind of themed package with your React pages. So that's all for today.